So we'll be doing some stuff in the summer and, July, August, September. And just around the Midwest. And I have a website. It's just real simple. It's bigguymusic.com. And if anybody goes there, they can catch up on those plans. And also, all five of my recent releases are free to listen to, download, share, whatever you want to do. So, give you a better idea of the sound. A couple of covers are on there too, because like any band, we're going to go out and do a few covers too.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
Gotta play
So,
some Freebird, man.
yeah,
Play some
right. Yeah.
Skinner.
Yeah. We'll
I
do that.
figured
No problem.
I figured with you, I figure with you being around the Chicago area, might get into some Cheap Trick or maybe a little Oreo Speedwagon or something like that because I think they're both from around Illinois.
Oh
They're
yeah,
not
I've done some REO, riding the storm out.
riding the storm out. I,
So I was going to tell you something real quick. I was gonna one thing I didn't finish when we were talking about Eclipse Studios. When I did the Billy Don Burns song, the Lonesome 77203, we recorded it there, and it was in the middle of the worst tornado we've had in years, and the whole building was like moving, kind of coming up and down, and the sirens were going off, and all the power went out. And I looked over at Eric Nelson, the owner, and the guy who's playing on the guitar and getting it put together. And I said, "It's Beverly Jenkins."
I've got Eric
She's
coming on
telling
the
me.
show pretty soon. We've got
Do you?
Eric booked pretty soon. We're going to talk to him about the music and his artists that are on his label, and
Oh,
I'm sure he's got some good stories as
Rob,
well.
he is the real deal. He is just plays every instrument, and he's also a vocal coach. He's helped me because I have trouble because I'm pretty excitable type person. So I have a little bit of trouble when I'm trying to stay in the pocket. Like when I did the Lonesome 77203, they said I needed a country hit. I'm more of a heavier country rock, southern rock guy, more of a boomer type voice. And but I laid in the pocket on that song, and I'll tell you when I was done, and he kind of harnessed me back. When I was done, I thought, you know what? I can do this. It felt good. It's a whole different side of my voice.
Makes you feel good. Makes you get you a little bit
Yeah,
more confidence.
I thought I could go there, but not for more than 4 minutes.
What do you like to do around Illinois, man? You like outdoors, or you're more of an indoor type person, or
you know, I just, I love music. I've got 4 kids and 10 grandkids. Um, all of my kids played hockey. My son was a first team All American hockey player 20 some years ago. So we had, traveled all over with that. So I like sports, like to get out and just, get out and hop in a convertible and go for a ride. Just I've got a, fiance and I'm batting way over my head. So let's just leave it at that.
hey,
Here's to women
Thanks,
with better
Rhino.
taste than
Thank
men,
you.
and that's
it's
what we always
it,
do. Here's to
it's
women with better
always
taste than
Yeah.
it's
men.
always to be out of your league, so you can sit back and appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm batting way out of my league, but that's all right. So
You're gonna get the MVP of the household, though,
I am. I am. That's going to work
and
for
you're gonna
me.
tell the
Yeah,
dude. My grandfather's responsible for this MVP award, bro, and I'm gonna give it to myself right now.
I am. Ty Cobb got the first one. I'm getting the last one.
Good.
Oh man, that's
Uh,
funny. So, what have you met Leon yet, or are you still yet
just,
to?
just digitally, and he wanted. You got to understand this. I've been playing in biker bars and stuff, and Brian Schartzer, who you probably will have on. Brian is a real good buddy of mine, and we're a couple of towns apart. He's in Decatur, and he and I met probably a year and a half ago, and we started playing a song or a show together called Boss and Hoss because we're both pretty strapping young lads, if you know what I mean. Anyway, anyway, uh, he's a bodybuilder. He's a big cat,
Really?
and yeah, and I'm bigger than him. But anyway, long story short, we were playing this biker bar, and it was for a big bike thing. And there's a lot of dudes coming in, and we're like whatever. So we're up there, and we're going back and forth. He'd do three outlaw country, I'd do some blues and some older tunes, and we're just switching it up on him. And this one guy comes in and says, "Hey, there's something getting ready to happen over here. You going to take care of it or not?" I said, "We're the talent."
They thought you were the bouncer.
So,
But you have been a bouncer in the past, have you
oh
not?
yeah. Well, now you want to say bouncer. You're going to hear from most guys, "Oh, I did this and did that." I was horrible. I got the living daylights beat out of me. I worked at the Thirsty Whale in Chicago on Grand and River Road. Pretty rough place. And I was young, and there was no training. The training was block with your face. And I've had, 6 broken noses, 2 broken jaws, and a partridge in the pear tree. And, I got roughed up. So, I pretty much I wrote another song that kind of goes over that, and it says, "I grew up in Chicago when I was young and skinny. I've had 20 street fights, all against a guy named Vinny."
Yeah.
That's probably about half the population of the males in Chicago. There's probably a lot of bennies.
There's a lot of, well, the attitude is certainly, yeah. You take an ID, and if they didn't like the way you took the ID, if you were the door guy, supposedly that was safer at the door. Not true. If you didn't like the way you ID them, they punch you in the face anyway.
The
Nobody,
the
yeah.
the extent that I have to that experience would probably be watching Tulsa King,
Yeah, yeah.
and which, by the way, is the greatest show on TV.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
All right, that is awesome, bro. We're about a half hour, almost 40 minutes into this. What would you like to tell folks out here that is just being introduced to Big Guy? Where did Teddy Bear come from? I want to know what's
Okay,
up
I
with
was going to
that.
tell you that. Yeah. So Teddy Bear came from Beverly and Leon, and the story I just told, they wanted to kind of repackage me, I think, a little bit because I was more like most likely to succeed at jumping off a stage if something happened, and I'm not really that guy anymore at all. And if you look at my background, I've done more giving than taking, so to speak. So Beverly likes that, and she said, "You have got this huge heart in that body, and people need to know that. And you're nothing but a big teddy bear." So now Leon calls me the teddy bear. They've got teddy bears on all of my promos. So my friends giving me a little bit of problems, but
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can imagine.
the teddy bear with the booming voice, that's
You
what they're
get-
calling me. So I'll
you
take it.
you go from America's Most Wanted to a
To a teddy
bouncer
bear.
to being a teddy bear. I
Yeah,
didn't
thanks,
know if
guys.
maybe you like be throwing teddy bears off the stage into the audience.
It's funny you should say that because I've been a promoter my whole life. And one of the things I want to do, and Leon liked the idea, I want to have a deal where the people can come in. And we used to use these scratch to win tickets. You can buy the insurance and everything with it. And I want them to be able to come into one of my shows if it's a big enough venue. And I want them to bring a teddy bear. It has to be brand new. And if they bring a teddy bear, we'll give them a chance to scratch to win like 10 grand. Okay.
Wow.
And yeah. And the cards, every one of them is a guaranteed winner. In other words, there'll be 6 teddy bears out of 24 squares. And if you hit 6 in a row, you win the 10 G's. It's all insured. It's very cool.
And the
So I
only
want to
thing
do
it
that.
costs to get involved with it is bring a teddy bear.
Yeah. And then I want to donate those teddy bears to the hospitals where I'm playing. And back to what Rhino said, I'm branding.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Use
So
that
give-
use that moniker, the teddy bear, to your advantage to help and to help others, man.
Yeah. Take care of the kids and give them some joy.
Man, that
I
sounds
love
like
that.
a song, man.
Yeah. It may be.
That
I'll
may
give
be
you,
got-
I'll give you writing
we
rights.
We actually have quite a bit of room on this show. I'm thinking about splitting it into 2 parts, Rob, because we've got, even with the introduction here, we've got so much to tell and so much to talk with this being the official Big Guy introduction. So I like the idea. One thing I want to dive into a little bit, if you'll let me, is I would like to have Big Guy jump in and start talking about, once he stepped back out, how he was received, how much things had changed, how much things had stayed the same. Because I myself stepped away for 15 years, so I know how that is.
Yeah. I It's a great question because I never really made the curve and got known a little bit, which, I know you have, you certainly have. So I'm a little bit different because I never really had any success younger. I was starting to get some traction, and then I just decided to get married and have kids. But I will say this, I was definitely scared of the process. And I knew one thing, I knew that I needed to get a really good promoter. And Brian, who I met, the bodybuilder, and he's a GAC Records guy now too. He's on the label. So it's great. We got guys, an hour apart here in Illinois, both on the label, South Carolina and Nashville, and doing the whole deal. And he's got a song that's already been in the top 10. You're going to love him, by the way. He'll go right through the screen on you.
I think we've got, I believe, don't quote me, but I think we got him next week.
Oh, you'll love him. He's a teddy bear too. Now he's not going to let you call him a teddy bear, but he's a tough guy, but he is really a sweetheart, and he's got a great voice. He's got outlaw country just down. He's going places. There's no doubt. And like I tell, a couple of the guys that are on the label, Adam Grant, Billy Payne, these guys are stars. They're just didn't have a record deal. Well, they do now. And I told both of them, obviously, congratulations before I got aboard. And I said, save me just a little piece at the top. Just in case I get there a little
That's
bit.
what the tribe is all about. Is if we eat, we all eat,
Yep.
and this is the thing. You will find a footing. There's people that are so outside of the current network you're familiar with, but they are all within tribe. And the more of them that you meet, it's mind blowing. The ones who have Grammys under their belt that are all tribe. From I'm talking about, Rob's been talking to one of the reggae kings down in Miami, and we've got heavy
Cool.
rock in LA and New Jersey. I mean, we're all over the place, and you're a part of that.
I
You're
love it.
you, you're exactly where you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing,
Yeah.
and the life that you're bringing with you makes the tribe better.
It just feels comfortable to me. You asked the question, what was different. I can't say different, but I can tell you this. Everybody has been 100% amazing to me. Beverly has opened so many doors, and now Leon is opening even more doors.
Mhm.
And I had to learn to sit back, let them drive. Like you said, here's the keys, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And like she said, listen to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And
she's right.
that's sometimes that's the hard part is trusting everything to someone else.
Yeah.
But she's got a track record. I mean, her
Oh, yeah.
track record is really good. Our good buddy right here, Uncle Rhino, just got involved and hooked up with Beverly in the past week. Got a song of his that's being sent to
That's what
Cashbox.
I hear.
I think it's already been
Woo!
sent. So, I mean, first of all, I wanna congratulate him on that, and I want to wish
Congrats,
him
brother.
nothing but success for that. We're gonna get you a top five, a top three, a
Yep.
number one song, bro.
That's
I talked
part.
to her a
It's
little bit
all
about
about
that.
the tribe. So if one of us rings the bell, we all get to stand in the music, and that's the
Yep.
thing is the rising tide lifts all boats. Everybody says these real cool things, but so few actually mean it when it's most inconvenient. And we
Exactly.
actually mean it all the time. We have hey, Abel Kane had a great saying all the time because in the beginning it was James Perrineau who's so talented from Stevie Nicks and Leanne Rhymes and Taylor Swift, that background. Then you had Pete Iannacone from Shakira, Barry White, Joss Stone, and the three of us made Abel Kane. Okay, great. Individually, we were recognized. But to the branding, once we put the brand together, people weren't in the beginning. They're like, "Whoa, what is that?" And what's
Yeah.
that name? What's that? Well, we used to tell them in the beginning, we're thinking about doing some dates and doing some shows, and I had the biggest of the big booking agents who were throwing me like just the empty shells from cashews. I mean, it wasn't even peanut. And I'm like, no. And so I took it over myself and started booking us, for huge swaths. And the thing was, the mantra was if you help push the van, you have a seat on the bus, but if you wait till it's rolling, you can suck on the
Yeah.
dust. And that's how we did it. I mean, we're going to roll all together, or you getting left. Choo choo, train's gone. You
Yep.
know, and that's tribe. And everybody, you're going to have people that will rally and support you. There's people in Nashville who will be ready to help you once that connect is made. And it's not some kind of crazy club or something. It's just identifies like-minded people who are all about lifting each other up. When
I
this is,
love it. It's the way it should be.
it should be that way
Mm.
with everything everywhere,
Yep.
because tribe is not just musicians, it's everybody, all of our military, it's everybody, our families of military, our first responders, anybody who steps up and tries to make the world better around them
Yep.
while
Same
they're
same thing with parents. Like when I was doing the child safety stuff, I just used to tell parents when I was doing a town meeting, I said, we have, believe it or not, this is scary, but we have to out network the bad guys.
that's right.
It's just the way it is because they network. Trust me, it's the sickest thing you've ever seen. I've had the unfortunate non-pleasure of sitting face to face with them, and each one of them had about an extra 100 victims, and once they were caught and put away, and it's a sad scenario. But yeah, so networking is where it's at. But like you said, and you said it, that was very well said. A lot of people don't mean it. They don't mean it when they're
And they think
networking.
they do. They think
Yeah,
they do,
right.
but they don't understand how much
Yeah,
their actions don't mirror what they say.
true stuff. Well, I'm glad to be here, and I thank you guys, man. It's so cool. I'm just glad to be on, and like I said, anything I can do, I don't know what it would be, but whatever I can do, I'm here.
Well, you'll see that uh, Rhino and myself, we spend countless hours just trying to get the word out about all these great artists. This little green light will be on Instagram 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and there's a lot of mornings you're going to see mine up there at 2 or 3 o'clock in the
Yep.
morning. And as soon as I get up in the morning, obviously I'd check to see the interviews that I'm trying to set up. I'd try to see if those folks have contacted me back. And the next thing I do is I get right back and start sharing again.
Yep.
It's
Cool.
Between social media, terrestrial radio, internet radio, all the platforms, we're in the millions and millions of views and listeners, a month. And I'm really excited about that. And each time we get to hashtag put your brand out there, your name, it just tickles that algorithm. So when people are looking you up on the search engine, you start flying right up, and more people are seeing your name. When they Google your name, they see the Uncle Show fly up with you. You
Yeah,
know,
it's hard to believe that. I mean, I just, we all do it. You go on and Google yourself to see what people are saying. And I did it the other night, and they went into a whole dissertation about my relationship with Billy Don Burns and how it happened and this and that. I mean, they know everything.
well, I was going to ask you, is it accurate
Yeah,
for the most
it's
part?
pretty
It is.
accurate. Yeah.
I'm scared to look up mine. There'll be
There was
I
that
a
one
already
time
did.
back
I
in
already did,
town.
and it's not airable. We'll have to talk about that backstage.
Oh,
You're not gonna like what I saw.
oh, yeah. Oh.
uh, rut row.
You're not gonna like it. It's either you or the actor Ryan Reynolds that they.
I'm
I don't.
blaming the Canadian. Yeah,
Oh boy.
the good looking one.
I love it. Yeah. There's only a couple small mistakes in there. Other than that, everything else seemed to unfortunately be true.
The biggest mistake is they probably got your name wrong.
Yeah, they had the name decent, but they had some other things in it that weren't quite true. They said in there that I won an Emmy, which is not true.
Nice.
No, but I won a
Congratulations,
yeah,
Mark.
yeah, yeah. It was not. I won a Marconi Award for a thing I did in St. Louis, like a series on the
Hey,
radio. Yeah,
Marconi, Emmy, what?
yeah.
Well, you
Big
might have.
difference.
It's
Big
all
Might
the
have
difference.
same
been.
between friends.
They might have meant you pulled a Hemi.
Yeah, I pulled a hammy. That's what I did.
Or
Yeah,
That's
maybe
about the
you,
same.
you you had an ex girlfriend named Emmy.
Yeah.
yeah.
The Marconi is the award's about this big. But at least I won something.
Hey, that's what it's about, man. Plus
Yeah.
giving back. See, it's like Rhino is always saying, the music is what brings people to you. your heart, your mind, and the way you treat people is what keeps bringing people back, man.
Yeah, I agree.
You're the product, you're the destination, your heart is, and then you give people an opportunity to see the best parts of themselves in you, and that inspires them to turn around and go and re-energize, reactivate, and go be the best
Yeah,
version of themselves. That's all we can do for each other.
it's awesome.
Now, you were talking earlier, Rhino. You wanted him to get into. You said you wanted to stretch the interview a little bit longer because you wanted him to get into something.
Yeah, it's well, I know, and I don't want. This isn't my show. This is your show, baby, and I want this whole thing to be like,
It's our
I
show,
want
bro.
you to. Well, I want y'all to touch on like when you first came back. Whether you hit targets or things that you thought those were just arbitrary. It's where you felt inside when you were doing it. That's the definition of making it. It's about whether or not you are fully at your max capacity, max capability, and you are being everything that you can be with what you've got to work with. I know people right now that probably have 20 or 30 platinum albums, or, they're 20 or 30 million albums sold, and these people are sitting there. I know them firsthand. I'm on the phone with them at the house, and they're not happy,
Yeah.
and they thought that was making it. It wasn't. They were just changing status in everybody else's eyes, but they never elevated in their
Yeah.
own lives.
Well, that's again, a great lead in and a great question. I absolutely am having the time of my life. I'm enjoying every breath. When I go to the studio, I've got the support in the studio. And I did some studio work when I was younger, but I also wasn't ready for any of this. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so I took things so personally, and I had a hair trigger, in a lot of ways, and it just wasn't the right time for me. My time is now. This is my ninth life, and I truly believe that it's just I'm in the. You said it earlier. I'm for me. I'm in the right place at the right time. Eric Nelson is the right guy for me to go to the studio. He works my voice. He does plays all the instruments, gets everything clean from scratch, and he has taught me a lot. So I've just become more of a sponge and less of a leader. And it
Doesn't God have great timing?
unbelievable. And it's just so good. And everything, I walk around with a smile on my face. And I've also opened up my writing portal, and I wrote a song. And again, Beverly, she said, I did the first one, the Kiss My Bad, blah, blah. Anyway, it's charted, so, it can't be that bad. Then I wrote another one called So Red, White, and Blue. She said, Are you going to be a junior Toby Keith? You got anything else? I said, Yeah. Brian, the Schartzer, and he'll tell you this story, called me one morning and he said, Did you hear Toby, or not Toby Keith, Creed Fisher's new song, Devil in Boots? And I said, No. He said, He just released it. It sounds like you.
Wow.
And he said, But I like your voice better. And I said, Well, okay, whatever. So I'm coming back from Shields. I was up buying some sneakers and some stuff. And my girl's with me. And she said, I already know, don't make breakfast when we get home because you're going to write a song. So I wrote my Satan and Satin, and it hasn't even been put up yet. And when Beverly heard it, she goes, The song's great. But she said, You haven't given me one title yet that I'm not afraid of. So I finally came back with my fourth release called Simple Plan. And there's not one word in it that's sideways. Everything's good. And
She
then after
approved.
all, well, she did, but she said it's still a little too heavy. And I'm like, but anyway, she liked that. And then the next one was the Billy Don Burns song. And I think we hit it out of the park from what everybody has said. So that's good. I needed one.
Yes.
I'm glad to see your success, man. You seem to be
Thank
a
you.
very good man, and even we've been kind of conversing back and forth on Messenger the last couple of
Yeah.
weeks since we set this up. Seem to be a real stand-up guy. Seem to be really, really right in the pocket, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And I've just met so many awesome people. You guys are right in that wheelhouse. And like I said, I appreciate it. I'm humbled by everything
Well, get
that's
ready.
happened to me.
Get ready because you've given the keys to Beverly, and you will be meeting even more people.
Yep,
We
can't wait.
love us. We love us some Beverly Jenkins. We got to give
Yeah.
her a big shout out to that
Oh
sweet
yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
BGJ Promotions and GAC Records and Leon Everett, and we've had Adam Grant on here. We've had Billy
Adam's
Payne
cool.
on here. Yeah, oh,
Yeah. And Billy. Yeah.
absolutely love both of those guys. We
Yeah.
talked a
Both superstars.
long time.
Yep. Both
And Leon,
superstars.
Leon is absolutely beautiful. He's got the kind of power and the strength that you only get in a life where you get the keys to the city. You know, you make some decisions one way or the other, and it ends up going a different route. Then you turn right around and you stand back up. That's a whole nother level of
Yeah.
tough.
Did you ever
You
hear
know,
his Mellow Yellow story?
Yes,
yeah.
that
Oh,
was awesome.
he
That was.
drank 21 bottles of Mellow Yellow when they made him do the commercial.
I bet
And of
he
course,
was wired to the
yeah.
hilts.
But I don't know. I told him, I said, I might get to like 10 of them. And he said, he's very humble. But in his story that he told, saw it in an interview. He said, yeah, but I did walk home with $1 million check when they sent me home.
I could drink that many Mellow Yellows for $1 million,
I
but
think I could too.
I'll
Just
be doing my share of turning loose of some Mellow Yellow too once I get to it.
well,
Yeah.
nowadays I'm diabetic, so all that sugar would just kill me. But
Yeah,
man,
you're done.
back in the day, I could have definitely swallowed down some Mellow Yellows.
Hmm.
For $1 million, I'll drink your Mellow Yellows too. You
There
ain't
you
got
go.
to
Hey, for $1 million, I'll drink it and deal with my A1Cs later.
I love it. I love it. That's a down the road issue when you're talking a
I
mill.
mean, I may be dead. I may be dead after it's
right.
all over with. But hey,
Yeah.
my wife and my kids got $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look
I
at
say
the
Dad
on
was
the
worthless
holiday
anyway.
dinner, here we go.
I was
We
I
were
was
done with Dad.
I
We're done
was
with him.
absolutely I was worth more dead than I was alive.
True story, right? I love it.
What else you got, Rhino?
Man, I'm excited about all the stuff that's happening with Leon and with Beverly and with Big Guy and with Adam Grant. You guys got to look them all up. This is a whole new branch that's coming into the tribe, and they're making us better by being a part of it.
And
I gotta throw my website out there one more time.
yeah, I was fitting to ask you. I was
Yeah.
fixing to get
Yeah.
into that. How can people connect
Yeah.
with you on your socials?
www.bigguymusic.com. It's a pretty decent little website. It's got my if you go to the music tab, it's got my 5 new singles on there. They're free. You can download them, you can share them. And then my band is in there. You get some photos of those wild men. And,
I'll go to your website and download all that music when we get done with the interview, and I'll start putting those into rotation.
cool.
Do you have Instagram and Twitter and all that, or just Facebook? Or
I've got Instagram. I don't use it much. I'm mainly a Facebook guy. So almost everything's done on Facebook, and that's
You
it.
got to come over to IG and connect with me. If you do,
oh
I
my,
think it's not it's yeah. Right now, we're averaging probably every month. I'm averaging somewhere between 9 and 12 million views a month on
Holy
Instagram.
cow. All right.
So
I got to pick your brain on that.
and just by me sharing and collaborating with him, well, our page is brand new. We've only had it a couple months, Rhino.
something like that.
We're already almost to 200,000 views a month. So I mean that is
That's
that
great.
quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, come on and build your following and build your sustainability and your presence.
I'll have to go to work on that and figure all that out. 'Cause
Now-
I'm not an
Now,
Instagram
now
guy.
you're telling folks to go to bigguymusic.com. You
Yep.
get the free music. But if I want to help you and I want to pay for it, is there a place that they can actually pay the dollar or the $1.29 or whatever?
Yeah, I'm on over 1,000 platforms on every song. So you can go Spotify, you name it. Just like I'll walk up and say, Alexa, play blah blah blah, and they'll pick, Amazon Music or whatever it might be. So I've got it.
So I know a lot of
register every song, and
I know a lot of folks that even though they can get the free music, they would still like to give you that dollar or that $2 or whatever. Because I mean, I try every single interview to express to the folks, buy the merchandise. Do you have merchandise or at this time?
What we're doing is when we tour this summer, we're working on that now. I mean, I'm gonna do my first CD, so to speak, and I'll have 7 songs. Seven's my lucky number, so I'm gonna do 7 songs on that CD, and I'll have my Billy Don Burns song will be another one, and then I've written 22 songs that I've got the music done. Everything is completely ready, and I just haven't been into the studio to do them yet. And I'm not going to shotgun 22 songs at her.
No, no.
You know what I mean? But I just can't stop writing.
Is your
There's one thing I really like to do, and it's worked well for me in the years. I don't play out much anymore. I do certain events periodically. I'll jump up and do a set. But for the most part, I don't tour really anymore. But I will tell you, if you set up a feature, there are several different platforms where you can do this, where you can link your website, and people can go and basically it's when they purchase a T-shirt or a baseball cap or something that's uniquely you, big guy.
Hmm.
Then they can buy that on your website. Okay, you'll get a smaller piece of it, but that'll be something. The upside to this is if they buy something
I got to
that
grab something while you're talking. I'm listening.
all right, the way to do it, the ultimate way to do it is oh yeah, and the ultimate Care Bear, big guy.
you need
Yeah,
to put those on
they
the you need to put those on the website.
So,
Find you a distributor that will distribute
yeah,
the.
I got to
they're
tell you, you guys will love this. That a buddy of mine got this, and he's kind of he's my spiritual guy, and he came over and blessed my career, and I wrote a song for him. He's a gospel singer, and I wrote a gospel song for him and put him for the writers' rights. I don't know if I'll release it. I sure hope we could. And I have a saying that I use, and he put it in here. See if he'll do it. Anyway, when you press the heart on his hand, it says, "Don't make me come down there."
yes, yes.
Maybe not a real teddy bear if it's saying that, but
Hey,
yeah,
that works.
there it is. Yeah.
Works. That's like that movie Ted. That
I
movie Ted. Have one that's got a big gravelly voice. You know the movie
I
Ted.
think you could use that teddy bear as a gimmick, as a shtick, in order
Yep.
to. I mean, you could probably sell a bunch of teddy bears for sure.
Yeah. That's what Beverly said. She said you've got to have teddy bears that have like a little bib that says "big guy" and your website or whatever you're driving them to,
Oh, you
and
talk about
and
the little button when you like at Build a Bear when you push it.
yeah, well, you could do that. That's what this is,
Yeah,
or just even a little bear that they could take home to the kids from my show, and 15, $20 bear or whatever,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it just on the little bib that they do on them has the way the parents can get the music, like you had said, they can go into that site and get the music free at that time if they get that, and
Well,
eventually I probably will take the music off the site and not have it free. I don't know.
There's a
you'll
lot of
do one.
possibilities I'm seeing.
Yeah.
You'll do one where they can buy merch like T-shirts and ball caps and bandanas and do rags, all these things, right?
Don't forget the koozies.
Well,
Yeah.
that yeah. Well,
Yeah. Throw a
that's
koozie at them.
this is primarily about the shirts and the hats, though. And
Yeah.
if you do that on that site, and then what you sell at your live shows is a totally different line. It's not available anywhere on the internet. So
Cool.
what you sell at the live shows is unique styles and designs. You and I can huddle up on this offline.
Oh,
But
cool.
the reason that I do this is because when people do show up to my live events, if they might just have a general admission $30 or $40 ticket, but when they show up wearing those one of those hats or one of those shirts, they instantly become VIP. So when they bought
Cool.
something off, online, That's the same thing wherever they go, and those are separate. They're easily identifiable when you
Right.
see them walk in. That's someone who's been putting in the time, getting to know you and your music
That's a
before
real
they got.
fan. That's a
Yeah,
real fan.
I,
Now identified.
it's a real investor. It's a
Yep.
real supporter. It's a real partner. And they've come in and now what? So you immediately you call them out and you
Yep.
make sure their bracelet changes colors
Yep.
and you let them see who it is they're supporting up
Give them the
close.
love.
Yes.
I
That's
love it.
that's the thing. It's in most places you have some additional available seating, even if you just have them on the side of the stage or
Yeah.
hanging out backstage. Give them the full experience, and they'll remember that for the rest of their life. And you were able to do that.
Now, I do have one celebrity story I'll throw at you real quick. I was actually personally ignored by George Jones. And I'll tell you the quick story. I was fingerprinting free kids and the kids free and with a radio station in Wheeling, West Virginia, many years ago. And they said, George Jones is playing tonight if he shows up. And I said, what does that mean? I didn't know what the possum was or any of that. And they were telling me all that.
No
Well,
Show
he's
Jones.
right. He might not show. Well, anyway, they said, but we told him what you were doing, and I guess he loved kids. And they said, I want to meet them guys that are doing that free for the kids, and I want to sign some stuff for them, and blah blah blah. And I said, well, that's good. I don't even really know him that well. I mean, here he's a star. So anyway, we're myself and the other safety advocate. We're backstage. Said, go backstage. He's here. The bus is here. He might be drunk, but he's here. So we're waiting and waiting. The other band's playing. We're standing stage side, just us two and the backstage people. All of a sudden, a song, they start playing. He's got the guitar wrapped around his neck. He walks out the bus through the back door. Here he comes. And I thought he was going to stop and talk to us. And he just went like this. Gave us a salute, and he started playing the guitar, played his show. We never saw him. So I've been personally ignored by George Jones, God rest his soul.
That
He's,
is
he's
that.
one of those. The possum was always a very nice man. I got to open for him when I was 19 years old.
Really?
He was always very nice, and then I shared the stage with him again when I was 24, 25. We all did a big collective thing with Merle Haggard. Merle was at the center mic, and Jones and Paycheck were on one side. Sarah Evans was up there. I was up there.
Wow.
Charlie Daniels, Ricky Van Shelton, Steve Warner, Joel Sanye. It was a big cluster of us at Fanfare.
Woo.
We played the big, what is now CMA Fest.
Yeah.
We did a big, we all jumped on the song of Merle's Working Man Blues. We all did it together. And I will tell you, he's not one of those people. Merle was the same way. He never was dismissive of anybody, but it was one of those deals when you're so used to looking at thousands all at once. You kind of get a different kind of sight or a different kind of response. You kind of look at everybody and at nobody at the same time.
Right.
And I think that might have probably been. I'm just giving him the benefit of the doubt because
Yeah.
I know if you were there with him, George would have come in there and just dialed right in on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
When it's
And
a
yeah.
room full, you know.
And sometimes it's a handler feature.
Hmm.
The handler is telling them, we got to go, we got to go, we got to go. We're late. Go. So, but that was a wild night.
Hey,
Also,
you know
a
what? He
big
did salute you though.
He did.
He did.
He did.
He did. And a lot of times when you see that move where they come straight from the bus to the stage, a lot of times what that is they've gotten into a headspace, and so they're limiting how much that can be moved or
Right.
manipulated. But
They don't want
Manipulated.
to unwind the vibe.
mm-mm.
Yeah, and he had that guitar and he was just swinging around himself when he walked by. And as
Hmm.
soon as he hit the stage, he hit the first chord.
Yep.
The band was already playing. He hit that chord and said, "Howdy, everybody!" And
Hmm.
away it goes. So it was cool though. They had a beautiful venue there. It went out to like 17 states. Uh, it's almost like a Grand Old Opry type thing, but out of Wheeling,
It
West
is.
Virginia.
West Virginia. Okay.
Wheeling, West Virginia. They every Saturday night they did a huge country show, and it was 100,000 watts, and they put it out to, I guess 17 states could hear it. You might have had to been up in a tree, from some of the states, but
Nowadays they could beam it out online and everybody
yeah,
could be listening to it.
everybody gets it.
I loved me some West Virginia. I got to spend some time all around Wheeling over there, so I
Yep.
didn't ever do it. I didn't ever do any, to my knowledge. I don't remember doing any shows there, but I
Yeah.
crisscrossed through it a bunch and made a lot of friends.
I got to see the Diamonds the night before and sit stage side, like you said. They brought me up as a VIP, and like you just said, you gave the story, and they set me up there with my people I was with, and we sat stage side. And they came up and they were talking to us, just having a great time, and they're singing away. And they came over, and the one guy said, "I gotta go." He said, "Yeah, he's got to go out and sell the merchandise." I said, "Do you guys swap that every other show?" He said, "No, we have a rule. Last guy hired in the band does the merchandise." I said, "Well, how long has he been doing it?" He said, 22 years.
Oh my goodness.
2 years. And the guy just went like this, like, "Ugh,"
You're gonna be stuck there for a while.
22 years he's been selling the merch.
Did your website keep track of your where you're gonna be playing at?
Yes. Yeah. And it's not all been announced yet, but there is a spot for it. That's all going to be in there. Yep.
Guys, go to his website, bigguymusic.com, BIGGUY music.com. And man, I tell you what, I've enjoyed having you here with us today. Got to get some
Thank you.
some good stories, man. Like Rhino said, we're gonna spin you around in 90 days. We'll bring you back.
Cool.
By then, you'll probably have another couple top 10 hits on the cash box.
And maybe a larger bear.
Well, when you come back, you can tell us about the tour because it'll be like September or so when you come back.
Yeah.
So your tour will be done. You can give us an experience on that, and
Cool.
and hopefully you get nothing but success, bro.
Thank you.
We always close off with a song of your choosings. I'm assuming you're gonna go with Lonesome 77203.
Yeah, and I'd like to dedicate it to Beverly Jenkins because she set that up. She's the executive producer on that track, and Mr. Billy Don Burns, the guy who wrote the song. He is a Nashville legend, and like I said, it's his race car. I'm just driving it for the weekend, and I thank both of them, and I hope I did it justice. That's all I care.
Tell us a little bit about the song, and we'll go right into it.
Sure. It's Lonesome 77203 by Billy Don Burns. He's got from traveling the road on that motorcycle. He says, "I don't tire and I don't bleed." That's one of those lines in it I really love. And he told me that's how he wrote it. He said, because he said, I looked at the guy I'm traveling with, and he just said, we looked at each other and said, "Man, we never tire. We don't bleed." Well, most of the time. And then he told me he'd been stabbed 17 times.
Oh my!
And, yeah. So, well, honky tonk to honky tonk for 50 years, you're going to slip and fall.
What
Yes.
what is the 77203? Is it a zip code or?
Yeah, it's an old. From what I understand, I've heard a couple different stories because there's different versions of this song. But what I heard was LO on the keyboard on the phone is 77. And you didn't have many numbers back then in Arkansas, where he's from. He grew up in a town of 164 people in 56, Arkansas. 56.
I know exactly where 56 is. I've been
Yep.
through there many a times.
He started Cody Jenks with his first couple of songs.
Wow.
Billy Don wrote the songs for him. And there's a thing called Gaylor Creek Church, which became famous on Cody Jenks songs. And that's right where they just did a concert the last couple of weeks. And Billy Don, even at his age, rolled in. I mean, the guy's he told me, he said, I appreciate it. He said, I definitely want you to do another one of my songs. And I'd also like for you and your gal to come on down, meet me down in Nashville, because I got some stories I can't tell you on your podcast, brother. I'm like, yes.
See, that's the best stories. That's why I'm
Right.
trying to get. That's why I'm trying to get the interview over with. No, I'm just kidding. Because we
Yeah,
got some.
right.
We probably got some really good meaty stories after the interview is over.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's it. Lonesome 77203. It is your latest single. You said it is moving up the charts, and we're going to play
That's
it
what they
for
tell me.
everybody right now, man. Big guy, appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us today. We will have you back.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate
is.
you, brother.
Here it is, Mr. Big Guy. Mr. Big Guy, yeah. Here it is, Big Guy with Lonesome 77203 on the Uncle